Holy Ghost, Batman. By Amala Run. Chapter 11. Ghost in the City. Drake Tower Hotel, Gotham City, earlier today. After the soft click of the door behind Jazz and Sam, the suit felt unnaturally quiet. Dany leaned back on the couch, remote in hand, aimlessly scrolling through the hotel TV's truly uninspired cable selection. Somehow even a high-end hotel didn't have great TV options, or at least a Roku. After a few minutes of flipping between a cooking show narrated entirely in French and a late afternoon rerun of a soap opera with overly dramatic organ music, he gave up. The screen went black again. He exhaled. The silence settled in his chest like fog. The girls were off getting glam, if their clothes were any indication. Tim was undoubtedly preparing the dinner like he was catering the Oscars. Tucker was still texting him real-time reactions to various Gotham architecture, rating each building by how much it resembled a villain lair. Then he glanced around the room and sighed. Well, so much for downtime. A pulse of cold rolled over his skin. A blue breath escaped his lips. His breath caught, but not from fear. It was familiar. So familiar. It made his eyes widen before he even turned around. There, facing halfway through the sliding glass balcony door, a girl stood. "Hey," said the girl with the same face as him and glinting blue eyes. "You miss me, Dany?" Dany blinked, stood up too fast, and almost tripped on the edge of the rug. "What? How? Wait, you're in Gotham?" Dany shrugged and grinned, hands tucked into the pockets of her velvet jacket. "I was wondering, doing this whole traveling thing, when I felt this weird magic buzz. Your signature, obviously, and I figured I'd pop in before you got swallowed whole by whatever soap opera, family drama Jazz said you were stuck in this week." Dany opened his mouth, then closed it, then just walked forward and hugged her. "Okay," he said, pulling back. "First, yes, I missed you. Second, it's not that soap opera. Dany, you found your birth parents and they're connected to the most dramatic, rich family west of Metropolis." He sighed. "Okay, fine, it's a little soap opera." Then he flopped onto the arm of the couch and swung her legs like she'd been there all afternoon. "So, you good?" "Define good," Dany said, "because I'm fine, but also deeply confused about literally everything." "Welcome to my world." Before he could reply, a new sensation washed over them. Not ghost energy, not exactly. It was older, thicker, like the city itself, and exhaled. The air darkened slightly. Shadows lengthened separately in the corner, and from the far side of the room, through the solid hotel wall, she arrived. The woman wore no shoes and made no sound as she stepped across the polished wood floor. Her Wilshire flapper dress looked like the Gotham skyline that had been cut and dropped across her like a shroud. Spires and bricks, arcs and gargoyles, woven into every fold. Her hair curled like woven iron fences, and her eyes glowed a soft copper green, like old street lamps reflecting in rain. A wide brim hat sat on her head, accented by a golden brooch, holding an ostrich or a peacock feather. The brooch looked surprisingly like the bat signal. She looked like if Lady Dimitrescu were also a city, and her every expression gave the impression of a Gotham resident. Dany instinctively straightened. Dany stood off the couch in awe. The woman inclined her head slightly, respectfully. "Like Yukio, a student from Japan, studying at Gotham U, working part-time at a Japanese restaurant downtown, who appreciated her authentic customer service manners." "Daniel Fenton," she said. Her voice had weight, not in volume, but in presence, like the wind howling between buildings. King of the infinite realms beyond, keeper of the veil, the Ghost King, welcome to Gotham. He blinked. Wait, what? Lady Gotham smiled, gently, like a cathedral might smile, if it could. Or Miss Dubois, the grandmother of 5, on 27th. I am the spirit of the city, the blood in its bricks, the memory in its stones. Some call me Lady Gotham, others simply Gotham. I knew the moment your presence crossed the old lines beneath the streets. The dead here stir for you. The city noticed. Dany, still stunned, exchanged a glance with Dany, who was trying very hard not to look like she wanted to ask 1,000 questions. Do you usually do this kind of visit? He asked. Lady Gotham gave a soft, amused smile, like Miss Edison on Street Venice Eve with her precious children. Only for those who belong to my city, or who wake it. I'm not from here. No, she agreed. But you're tied here now, by blood, by birth, and by history. And when the dead speak your name in the alleys, I listen. Then he swallowed. Right, cool, totally not terrifying. Lady Gotham turned her gaze briefly to Dany. And you, fragment made whole, your thread is woven with his. Keep close to him. The city has many eyes, but not all are kind. And he gave a half salute. Yeah, that's kind of our thing. Lady Gotham stepped back, the shadows beginning to fold around her like curtains drawn close. I will not interfere, she said, but I will watch. And should you call, Ghost King, I will answer. With that, she stepped backward and vanished into the wall like smoke through a crack. The room fell silent. Then he finally let out a breath. Well, that was dramatic. Then he nodded, wide-eyed. I think I just got welcomed by a skyscraper in human form. And you're the Ghost King now? Apparently. We never really nailed down the bus tracks since Vlad ran off with the regalia. And he folded her arms and smirked. You're not allowed to complain about my existential weakness anymore. Then he groaned and flopped back onto the couch. I have a cloned daughter sister, ghost royal status, and now I'm on the city's watch list. And the dinner with the possibly evil billionaire relatives hasn't even started yet. Dany grinned. I'm ordering room service then, Dad. And he handed her a menu, his chest feeling warm and his gut feeling like a lepidopterarium, hearing her call him Dad. So, this was the video. I hope you liked it. There's a subscribe button if you like my videos in general. I have forgotten that line actually, like the last Podfic, because it was very long. But yeah. And it was New Year, so it was a bit... No, I'm stupid. It was not late. I was just so in the flow that I did not notice I forgot. That's what happened. Anyways, I will stop to bore you with my contemplation about saying that you should subscribe. And instead tell you, hey, if you have any fan fiction, either from yourself or other people, and want me to read this, you can commission me to do so. All information related to that are in my channel description, and it would really support me. So, thanks for listening. Have a nice rest of your time. See you next time.